At that time, a prince was kidnapped by a witch and locked in a fireplace. Many years have passed, but no one has come to rescue him. There was a princess in another country who went out to the forest and was busy admiring the plants on the side of the road. Without realizing it, she got lost. For 9 days, she wandered deep in the forest. On the 9th day, she came before an iron box. As soon as I got there, someone in number 39's voice rang out. "Where did you come from and where do you want to go?" The princess replied, "I got lost in the forest and now Dawn and number 39 know the way home." Another human voice echoed from the iron box that was the witch and number 39's fireplace. "In the blink of an eye she will be home, I will take her home, but she must sign a contract to do everything I say. I am the prince of a great country and want to marry her for 100 years." She was shocked and thought, "Oh God, how can I live with that iron box?" She really wanted to return home to live with her father, so she agreed to do everything he wanted. Then a voice continued, "When you come back here, remember to bring a knife and cut a hole in the iron box." Then someone took her home. That person walked beside her but did not say a word. 2 hours later, she returned to the palace. The whole palace became very happy when they saw the princess return. The king was extremely happy and ran out to hug and kiss his daughter. With a sad expression, the princess said, "Dear father, I am lost in the deep forest. Perhaps I would never have been able to get out of that wild jungle if I hadn't and #39 encountered an iron box. It was he who sent the guide to take me home, and I promised to return to that place to free that iron box and retrieve it." Hearing that, the king was shocked, as if he was about to faint, because the princess was the only child. Discussing and rethinking, the king ordered someone to replace the princess. The rice miller and number 39's daughter took the knife to replace the princess. She took a knife and stabbed the iron box for 24 hours, but the box was still intact, not dented at all. When the sky was just getting bright again, a voice echoed from inside the iron box. "I think it seems like the sky is getting bright again." The girl said, "I think I heard the sound of a windmill running." "Ah, it turns out you are the miller and number 39's daughter, so you can go now. Call the princess here." The miller and number 39's daughter returned and told the king that the iron box did not like her but only liked the princess. Hearing that, the king became afraid, and the princess could only sit and feel sorry for herself. In the royal palace, there was someone more beautiful than the girl in the rice mill, the girl who raised pigs. The king rewarded the girl raising pigs with a gold coin and told her to go instead of the princess. The girl went to the place and tried to poke and stab, but the iron box was still not dented or dented. 24 hours had passed. Suddenly a voice echoed from inside the iron box. "I feel like the sky is getting bright again." The girl replied, "I think I heard the sound of my father and number 39's horn." "Ah, it turns out you and number 39's the girl raising pigs. Then you can go home right away. Call the princess here. Tell the princess that if she doesn't and #39 keep her promise, the palace will collapse. Everything will be broken. Not even a single brick will be left." Hearing that news, the princess sat down and sobbed. But there was no other way. The princess had to keep her promise. She said goodbye to her father, took a knife with her, and went into the forest where the iron box was. Arriving there, the princess sat down and knocked. After 2 hours of knocking, the princess punched a small hole. Looking through that hole, under the sparkling light of gold and diamonds, the princess saw a tiny person. The princess and number 39's heart suddenly felt fluttering. She continued to knock on the chisel. The hole was wider than before. A young man came out and said, "It was she who freed me. She is my betrothed bride. I am hers." The boy wanted to take her back to his kingdom. She said she wanted to visit her father again. He agreed on the condition that she only say 3 sentences and then come back immediately. When she got home, she was so busy chatting that she didn't and #39 remember the instructions. After waiting a while, he didn't and #39 see her return, so the boy continued on his way. Soon, he passed through the glass mountain, past the place where swords were swung up and down continuously. After chatting, the princess brought some money to pay for the trip, went in to say goodbye to her father, and returned to the big forest to find her date. Neither the iron box nor the boy she had arranged to see were found anymore. She kept walking like that for 9 days straight. Her stomach was raging with hunger, so she had to climb a tree to sit. The sky was as dark as ink. She sat with her stomach full of worries and fears of being eaten by wild animals. She could only sit and pray for the morning to come soon. At midnight, she saw a fire in the distance. She thought, "Luckily, I escaped." She jumped down and headed straight towards the firelight. As she walked, she silently prayed. Finally, she came to a small house with grass growing around the house, and in front of the house was a pile of firewood stacked high. She thought, "Now how can I get inside the house?" Going back to the window, looking inside the house, she only saw a small but fat turtle, but on the table were all kinds of seafood dishes in silver bowls and plates. She held her breath and gently knocked on the door. The turtle called out, "Enquat, you and number 39, fat and round. Hurry up and open the door. See who and number 39's coming to the house." Enquat, a turtle trotted out to open the door. Everyone welcomed her very happily, asking her all sorts of questions. "Where do you come from, girl? Where else are you going?" She told everyone the whole story. Because she did not keep the appointment, the iron box and the prince disappeared. She said she would go to the ends of the earth to search until she found him again. After listening to the mother turtle, she said, "Enquat, you and number 39, fat and round, hurry up. Go into that room. Take out the box." Enquat, the baby turtle trotted out to get the box and brought it out. After eating and drinking, the baby turtle showed her the guest bed. She got into bed and fell asleep without realizing it. Early the next morning, when she woke up, the mother turtle took out 3 needles from the box and told her to remember to bring them with her. She would have to go through the glass mountain, past the place where 3 swords were always swinging up and down, and finally across a large river. If she can go through those places, she will definitely meet her lover again. Before parting, the mother turtle gave her another plowshare and 3 chestnuts, telling her to always pay attention to the 3 treasures: needle, plowshare, and chestnuts. She set out, walked and walked until she came to a glass mountain. The mountain was slippery, but when she inserted the other 3 needles into the tip of her shoe, she felt like she was walking on earth, and she passed through the glass mountain smoothly. Easy. After crossing the mountain, she stuck the other 3 needles into the tree trunk on the side of the road and continued walking. Coming to the 3 swords, she took out the plowshare and easily slid past the 3 swords. At last she came to the bank of a large river. She took a boat across the river. Right on the bank of the river was a large castle. She came to ask to be a maid, because she knew that the prince who loved her was the owner of this castle. The prince thought he would never see his ex-lover again, so he married someone else, and was preparing wedding clothes. Now she is a maid in the palace. After completing all the day and number 39's chores and bathing, she took out a chestnut and bit into it, but inside was not a chestnut kernel but an outfit. Beautiful wedding. Hearing that the maid had a beautiful wedding outfit, the bride came to see it and said she wanted to buy it back. The maid said she did not sell, but was willing to give the bride the wedding outfit, if the bride allowed the maid to sleep in the groom and number 39's room. Looking at that beautiful wedding outfit, the bride and number 39's heart wished to have that outfit. She immediately accepted. The bride said to the groom, "That crazy maid wants to sleep in your room tonight, do you like it?" The groom replied, "If you are willing, then I am also willing." Before going to bed, the bride invited the groom to drink a cup of wine mixed with sleeping pills. Then the groom went back to his room to sleep and allowed the maid to join him. 2 people entered the room. He slept so soundly that she could N&39 wake him up to talk. She stayed up all night lamenting, "I freed you from the deep forest, from the iron box that imprisoned you. I crossed the glass mountain, passed through 3 swords, and crossed a large river to find you. Now that I and number 39 am with him, he does N&39 listen to what I say." The servants sleeping outside the room clearly heard her lamenting throughout the night before. The next day they told their master about it. The next night the girl bit her second chestnut. When the chestnut burst, a gorgeous outfit appeared inside, like a bride and number 39's wedding outfit. The bride said she would like to buy it back, but the girl did not sell, only asked to sleep in the groom and number 39's room one more night. The bride agreed, but before that she gave him water mixed with sleeping pills. Once inside the room, he immediately fell asleep and slept so deeply that even if he shook his body, he wouldn't N#39 wake up. The female chef stayed up all night lamenting, "I freed you from the deep forest, from the iron box of imprisonment. I crossed the glass mountain, passed through 3 swords, and crossed a large river to find you. Now that I and number 39 am with him, he does N#39 listen to what I say." The servants sleeping outside the room clearly heard her lamenting throughout the night before. The next day they told their master about it. Tuesday night the chef bit her 3rd chestnut. A splendid outfit embroidered with shiny pure gold thread. The bride wanted to buy it again, but the girl only asked to stay another night in the groom and number 39's room. When drinking water, the prince let the water flow out. When he had slept for a while, he heard a lament, "Dear brother, I have freed you from the deep forest, from the iron box of imprisonment." As soon as he heard this, he jumped up and said, "You are the real bride. You are the one I love, you are mine." The prince hid the fake bride and number 39's clothes, hurried with his lover to the carriage and set off that same night. Arriving at the bank of the big river, they boarded a boat and rowed across the river. Then they came to a place where 3 swords were swinging up and down continuously. The 2 people sat on the plowshare and slid over, finally reaching the glass mountain. They stuck 3 pins down the mountain, and crossed the mountain safely. As soon as they stepped into the old hut, a large castle suddenly appeared in front of them. Servants were busy coming and going. They were extremely happy to welcome the 2 of them. Their wedding was held in this magnificent castle. Then they went to welcome their father to live with them. The prince ascended the throne to rule both countries. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.